The Amazon rainforest, spanning over 2 million square miles across South America, stands as the world's largest tropical rainforest. If it were a country, it would rank as the ninth largest globally. This immense ecosystem is not only breathtaking in its scope, but crucial for our planet, contributing significantly to Earth's oxygen cycle and housing unparalleled biodiversity. While approximately 60% of the forest lies within Brazil, it extends across several South American countries, forming a vast green expanse visible from space. Unlike forests in Europe or the United States, wildfires do not occur naturally in the humid tropical Amazon. This raises important questions about the causes behind the destructive fires that have made headlines in recent years. Beyond these pressing environmental concerns, the Amazon harbors countless mysteries, with large areas still unexplored due to its immense size and density. Some indigenous communities within its boundaries remain largely isolated from the outside world, preserving ways of life that stretch back centuries. This article explores several remarkable discoveries that have reshaped our understanding of the Amazon, from ancient human modifications of the landscape to natural phenomena that continue to puzzle scientists. In a groundbreaking discovery, geologists have identified hundreds of circular earthworks or geoglyphs in the Amazon soil that date back thousands of years. These findings have fundamentally challenged the long-held belief that the Amazon was a pristine, largely untouched ecosystem before European arrival. The 450 geometrically designed ditches, covering approximately 13,000 square kilometers in Acre, Brazil, were revealed only after recent deforestation exposed them to aerial view. Hidden for centuries beneath the forest canopy, these precisely constructed formations suggest sophisticated human intervention in the landscape long before European contact. Led by researcher Jennifer Watling, a team reconstructed 6,000 years of plant and fire history around two of these geoglyphs. Their analysis revealed that ancient peoples deliberately managed the forest, creating temporary clearings to construct these mysterious formations. While the exact purpose of these circles remains unknown, they could have been settlements, defensive structures, or ritual gathering places. They clearly demonstrate the ingenuity of indigenous populations who modified their environment without causing permanent forest degradation. The construction of large hydroelectric dams across rivers in the Amazon basin during the 1980s has had profound ecological consequences. The Balbina Dam, one of South America's largest reservoirs extending approximately 100 kilometers northward, created more than 3,500 forest islands when it flooded the surrounding mountainous terrain. These islands, formed from what were once ridges and hills, now serve as isolated habitat fragments. Scientists studying these islands have found that they offer a troubling preview of how forest fragmentation affects biodiversity. In a comprehensive survey comparing 22 forest islands of varying sizes with 3 mainland continuous forest sites, researchers documented 608 species across 8 ecological groups, including mammals, birds, frogs, lizards, and insects. The findings revealed a stark pattern. Smaller islands, which constitute 95% of those created by the dam, cannot support viable ecosystems. While adaptable species like armadillos have managed to persist on these fragments for over 30 years, larger animals requiring extensive territories, such as tapirs and jaguars, have disappeared entirely. The most diverse and complete species assemblages were concentrated on just a few larger islands. Despite these alarming findings, plans for expanding hydropower projects across lowland tropical forests continue, threatening to accelerate the degradation of this magnificent ecosystem through further fragmentation. The Awa people, an indigenous group of the Brazilian Amazon with approximately 350 surviving members, represent one of the most endangered tribes in the region. About 100 Awa continue to live with no contact with the outside world, while others maintain varying degrees of isolation. Speaking a Tupi-Guarani language known as Guaja, the Awa originally lived in settled communities. By the early 19th century, however, they had adopted a nomadic lifestyle to avoid European incursions. As settlers devastated the forests upon which they depended, the Awa faced existential threats from both habitat loss and direct violence. International pressure from the World Bank and European Union in the 1980s led to a $900 million loan to the Brazilian government, contingent upon protecting indigenous territories, particularly those of the Awa. Despite this intervention, full demarcation of Awa lands wasn't completed until 2003, and encroachment by loggers and settlers has continued to threaten their survival. The Awa's struggle illustrates the ongoing tensions between indigenous rights, conservation efforts, and economic development in the Amazon region. Using advanced LiDAR, light detection and ranging technology mounted on helicopters, archaeologists have discovered 25 previously unknown abandoned villages in what is now the state of Acre in western Brazil. These settlements, dating from approximately 1300 to 1700 CE, reveal sophisticated urban planning that challenges conventional views of pre-European Amazon societies. The LiDAR images penetrated the dense vegetation to reveal circular towns with symbolic layouts, potentially reflecting indigenous cosmological concepts. Researchers also identified 11 villages built in rectangular patterns and 15 others so degraded that their original form was difficult to determine. The settlements featured mounds ranging from under 10 feet to over 65 feet in height, possibly serving as homes or ceremonial burial sites. Perhaps most impressively, these villages were connected by an extensive network of sunken roadways extending for miles, evidence of complex social organization and intercommunity contact. Before this discovery, many archaeologists believed human activity in this region was minimal prior to European arrival. This growing body of archaeological evidence, however, points to a rich human history spanning centuries, with earlier societies creating geometric earthworks until around 950 CE, followed by the mound-building civilization revealed by LiDAR. One of the most poignant stories from the Amazon is that of the man of the hole, an indigenous man who lived alone in the rainforest of Rondônia, Brazil, for approximately 26 years. He earned his nickname from his habit of digging deep holes in the ground, either for hiding or trapping animals. As the last surviving member of an uncontacted tribe, this man, whose real name remains unknown, witnessed the systematic destruction of his people at the hands of land-hungry cattle ranchers beginning in the 1970s. Despite occasional attempts at contact by Brazil's indigenous protection agency, FUNAI, he chose to remain isolated, a silent testament to the ethnic cleansing of his community. In 2018, FUNAI released footage showing him cutting a tree with an axe. At his abandoned campsites, researchers discovered cultivated crops including corn, papaya, and bananas, indicating his self-sufficient lifestyle. In 2022, his body was discovered peacefully in a hammock outside his hut. With his passing, an entire cultural and linguistic heritage was lost forever. The Shanai Timpishka, commonly known as La Bomba, not La Bamba, is a remarkable 6.4-kilometer tributary of the Amazon River that reaches temperatures between 45 degrees and 100 degrees. Its name in the local Shuar language means boiled by the heat of the sun, though this is not scientifically accurate. Flowing through the Mayantuyaku Sanctuary within the Huanuco High Forest, this river is sacred to local shamans who attribute its heat to the Yakumama, a great serpent spirit known as Mother of the Waters. Geothermal expert Andres Russo studied this natural phenomenon to understand how it maintains such high temperatures despite being far from any known volcanoes or geothermal vents. The current scientific explanation suggests that rainwater percolates deep into the Earth's crust through fault-driven fissures, where it's heated by the geothermal gradient. This heated water then returns to the surface via hot springs along the river's course. This extraordinary natural feature, like much of the Amazon, faces threats from deforestation and may disappear without proper conservation efforts. The Amazon rainforest continues to reveal its secrets, from ancient human modifications to unique geological phenomena. These discoveries not only enrich our understanding of this vital ecosystem, but also highlight the urgent need for conservation efforts. As we learn more about the Amazon's complex history and ecology, we gain a deeper appreciation for what stands to be lost if current destructive trends continue. The preservation of this remarkable environment is essential not just for the diverse species and indigenous cultures it supports, but for the health of our planet as a whole.